My name's Dave Burke. I teach computer science here, and I also work with faculty instructional technology support.
And I'm Carol Smith. I'm the Associate Chief Information Officer for Instructional and Learning Services. And Dave and I have been two of the leads on our Hewlett-Packard grants that we've received, which enabled us to transform some of our courses by using tablet PCs. 20 courses teaching across 11 disciplines that have been using the tablets. About 400 students who have been able to use the tablets in a variety of courses, including biology, chemistry, economics, modern languages, Japanese, computer science. In fact, next semester we have 11 courses that are using the tablet PCs.
We use Dino software quite a bit. Sometimes the students are receiving notes from the faculty members, and then the students are using their own pens to annotate right on top of the faculty members' work. Other times the students might be sketching answers to problems that they then share, that the teacher projects at the front of the room to share with the whole class. Then a few minutes later, the students might rearrange their chairs and move into groups and do some group work. The tablets are really good for that kind of flexibility.
The pens also make it easier to deal with tough content. There's a Japanese class as well as a chemistry class that I think are both very interesting. They both seem very different, but they involve a lot of content that's tough to handle with the keyboard. They both involve pedagogies that rely on a lot of feedback.
The reason I like the playback feature so much is in chemistry, a lot of it in terms of your understanding has to go with how did this diagram or how did this series of equations get put on the page? What was step one, what was step two, not just the finished product. We were able to notice real cognitive gaps because what was the critical most first step was actually done as an afterthought after we guessed a final answer. So it wasn't I logically understand what to do first and second.
You can adjust how fast or slow you use it, and I can see exactly what went on play by play. And so, I mean, this is the slide that I just did, and it shows exactly what went on. So even if you're studying and you don't remember exactly how something happened, how does she come up with this formula? You can replay that, and then it comes back to you and say, oh, that's the process. So I think something like that is really beneficial compared to just using PC or piece of paper.
And I also had to help them a little bit more recognize the private notes because they were in the old strategy of taking notes. So this is the piece of paper, is sort of the Dino page that's up.
And you know, there's times where if you're just doing it by yourself, you can't keep up with them trying to draw a diagram and get all the specifics of it, compared to where if they put it on there, you have everything on there that you need, and you can take notes on what they're saying. So you can it's almost like killing two birds with one stone.
In chemistry, we use a lot of software. So to be able to run that other software on the machine, quickly, easily screen capture it, drop it on Dino, which is their notes. Now I'm writing on the tablet where I'm facing them. And so I get much more immediate feedback as an instructor about who is following. Those are the kinds of things that you can't, I'm not aware of other ways to easily do.
And for me to listen to them and put it into my own words, that usually helps and makes me be able to comprehend it, and it just shows that I am listening a little better.
The nature of the courses that I teach are very equation intensive and subscript intensive, and all you've got to do is transpose two numbers in the subscript and it means something totally different.
In other classes with no PCs, I'm not listening to content, I'm just writing down as much as I can, and therefore when I go back to the notes, it might take me 2 or 3 times to go over some notes that I have to understand what's going on or what the teacher was talking about, as compared to the PC, to where I can just say, oh, okay, I remember what was going on the first time I look at it.
A new feature of being able to group the tablets together so I can have students work in small groups, and those 3 students' tablets talk to one another, and what one of them writes the other one immediately sees, but they're not seeing what another group writes unless I choose at the end when I bring them back together.
It's really beneficial because you can see if somebody understands something like I don't understand, and then you're like, okay, let me show you. And then I'm more of a visual person, so seeing them write it down, writing it out really helps me. I feel like it's more hands-on stuff. I
am more comfortable, and I kind of know that, okay, this will fit in this time frame.
I mean, I can be anywhere on campus, and if I get something done early, I have my computer with me always, pull up my Dino and check over those notes or access it from another computer.
I'm Ashley Anton. I'm a freshman here at DePauw. They thought it was so cool when we brought the PCs out. We would press the listen button to see what character we were supposed to draw. We drew the character, and then we clicked on check your work, and it would show up with Chiba Sensei's writing and the proper stroke order that she did it in.
It is pivotal for students learning Japanese to learn how to write characters or to learn the conventions of writing system at the early stage. And tablet PC offers dual benefits. One is the students can write and practice with pen in a traditional manner. And second benefit is for the instructors. The instructors can actually see how each letter was written by replaying. They can use as many pages as they want, so they can practice outside the classroom for hours.
Practicing outside of class was probably the most helpful because you can do, you don't have a really much of a time limit. You could just keep going over one character at a time and just practice until you got it down pat to where your character looked exactly like Chiba Sensei's. So feedback right at my fingertips.
Certainly, I have noticed that the students' characters are much better.
In addition to general project support, I've taught all of my classes using the tablet PCs for the last 3 semesters.
I did have other classes using the tablet PCs, specifically Computer Science 1. I do know of, I believe, one person who was really sick. She actually was at home in Colorado and she was able to attend a class. The instructor had a microphone and the student was right there in class on the microphone and listened to everything. She was able to actually share her notes with the rest of the class, even though she's, 4 hours, away.
Before I started using the tablets, 14% of the students in my introductory courses failed to complete the courses earning credit. After I started using the tablets, that number dropped to 1%. I've even seen students work right through a break because they were so engaged with using the tablets and Dino in a group exercise that they didn't even realize it was time to take a break. That never happened before I used this kind of technology.
Yeah, but the technology isn't what directly changed the success rate alone in Dave's classes. Really, it just allowed him to provide better pedagogies that in turn helped the students to succeed. The key really isn't the technology, it's what the technology enables the people to do.